Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to learn how to create email campaigns. Email campaigns can be anything from newsletters, it can be product launches, it can be releasing of articles, it can be any updates going on, it can literally be anything. And since we're now building our email list, we need to understand how to reach them too. So we're going to start at the beginning of our MailChimp account. And first of all, let's go to Audience and click on All Contacts. Now in here, we should see the email that we use to register for our discount code with, and it is in here, so we know everything is working. So if we want to contact everyone that is in this email list, then all we're going to do is move up to where it says create. Then we're going to choose regular email. And then we're going to choose a basic layout because we want to do the design ourselves. And while there are many different layouts to choose from, the one I always go with is the minimal one. The reason I prefer to go with the minimal one and not one that has too many colors or too many images is because a lot of people who get their emails, the content of the email won't actually load. But what will always load without a doubt is going to be the text. So that's why I generally recommend that you focus on the text. And if you're going to use an image, then keep it to a bare minimum. So for an article, use the image of that article itself, or if it's a product launch, use that product, but don't use too many images or too many colors that won't load, so your design will be broken anyway. So I'm gonna go with minimal and click on apply. So let's start designing. The first thing I'm going to do is remove this logo because I don't want that to be the first thing people see. It becomes a waste of important email real estate. I'm gonna click on it and go to the trash can and just remove it. And then I'm going to start optimizing this email for the new article that we just created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this image here and put it to the top because I want that to be the first thing that they see. And then I'm going to go to the article that I want to use in my campaign, which is going to be this blog article. And I'm going to make sure that I download this image that is the promotional image for the entire article. I'm simply going to go to the back end. Then I'm going to go to media and library. And then here is the image. I'm going to click on it and then click on download file. And then back at MailChimp, I'm going to select this block, click on add, upload image, select the correct one. And there we go, super simple. To me, this image is too big, so I'm just going to scale it down to say, let's say around 60% looks good. And then I'm also going to make sure that when people click on this image, that it takes them as a link to the article itself. So I'm going to head back. I'm going to go to posts, all posts. And then for this post, I'm going to click on view. And then I'm going to grab this URL and just paste it in here and then have it open link in a new tab. Then for the rest, for promoting this article, I'm just going to give the headline of the article, and then the paragraph, the first piece of text of the article. So then what I'm going to do is click on done, make sure that I get the different types of content here, grab a heading and put it below the image. And I'm going to go back to the article, grab this piece of text and paste it in as a heading. Going to mark it, I'm gonna make it much smaller, maybe like this. That is looking great. I'm going to remove this first part and just keep this as a paragraph. Head back and just grab the first piece of the article text, remove all of this and paste it in. And there we go. Maybe even this is a bit too much. So what I'm going to do is give them a little teaser. I'm going to remove that and put 3 dots to show them that the article continues. Exploring the great outdoors is an exhilarating experience, but one of the biggest challenges hikers face is ensuring access to clean and safe drinking water. And then we want a read more button right here that is going to link to, you guessed it, the article. So I'm gonna grab that URL, move over to web and paste it in there too. So just by these quick small changes, we've already created an email campaign that's promoting our new article. Now, when you're doing product launches, it's no different than this. You add in your product image, you can add in a header, you can add in a paragraph, and of course, the design is completely up to you or the way that your client wants it to be. Just get their approval first. But I'm showing you the quick and easy way to do it, and you have completely free hands with the design yourself. yourself. Moving down, we have the social media. So if you do have social media, you can add those in here. But for now, I'm just going to remove them. The social medias come later on in this course at least. I'm gonna go down and I'm going to change up this logo. It's just way too big, taking up too much real estate. So I'm going to go down to scale and I'm just going to decrease it to, let's say, 10% is good. It's just to show our brand there. And we're going to link this to our website. And I use the https:// not that difficult. If you don't want to do it manually, you can just grab it directly from here too. And then that's it. The rest of the information will be here. The company name will be here. The current year will be here. The business address will be in here. And the business address needs to be included whenever you're sending email campaigns to an email list. It's just that way by law. So everything will automatically be included in here. And if you change your business address, just go to the MailChimp settings, change it to wherever you moved, and it will change in here automatically. So when we're all done, I'm gonna go up and click on Send Test. And I'm going to send it to my email and click on Send Test and then OK. So here we go. It says test untitled. Well, we haven't even given it a title yet, so that makes sense. And you can see this is what I mean. For a lot of recipients, the images aren't going to load. And that's why I recommend that you don't use too image dominant of an email when you send things out. If you're using a lot of text like this, that's going to be fine. The button is going to load. You're still going to see what this is all about. But if you went to Canva and you created a whole image that promotes your article and that image includes all of the text that you want to have told to your audience, they're going to miss all of it when it doesn't load. What I have to do is that I have to click on load content directly up here, and then everything is going to load. And I think that it looks just amazing. So I'm very happy with all of this. I'm gonna click on save and exit because in the next section, we're gonna be able to set the description and the title itself. I'm gonna click on save and exit. And then we have the recipients we're sending to. We have from SmartFlow Bottle. And notice too that this goes directly into the main email. And the reason it does so is because we are using a professional domain from smartflowbottle.com. If we were using an Outlook or a Gmail or something like that, it's almost a 95% chance that this would end up in the spam folder. So you really need to make sure that you use a custom email domain, and the domain should be your website domain name. We are going to write best hiking water bottle tested, something like that, to entice them. And the preview text, that is the text that's going to show underneath here where it says this is a text message. So again, this is going to depend on your article, but I wrote, looking for the best water bottle for your adventures, look no further. We've done the hard work for you. An incentive for them to click. They signed up here for a reason because they were interested in your product, and we target them through their audience segment, which is hiking. So now that we have a nice hiking water bottle for them and explaining why this is the best one, this might be an article that actually interests them. I'm gonna click on save. And then with the new settings, we could do another test, but I wanna show you what it looks like when we actually send it out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click on send and then send now. And there we go. All of the emails are sent. Now it might take a while for it to end up in your inbox, so I wouldn't wait around for it, but it's gonna land there eventually. Now, if you get this pop-up, new sender requirement information to authenticate your domain, we can do that very quickly and very easily. Just go to the right and click on start authentication. Click on continue, and then we're just going to log in, grab the code, paste it in, and then click on done. So this just makes sure that your domain name is authenticated for MailChimp. So in the future, there are no issues with domain name authentication. So MailChimp won't stop sending out your emails, or you start ending up in people's spam folder because it's not a recognized or approved domain name. And once we've done this and we've made sure that our email is sent out, we want to understand the analytics part of it. So we're going to move over to the left where it says analytics and click on reports. And here we can see the reports for the specific emails that we have sent out, or the specific email campaigns. So we can click on view report, or we can go into the dashboard and see our total report. But first of all, let's check the specific reports because they are very interesting when it comes to understanding your different audience segments. You should be creating articles for the different segments as time goes on, sending email campaigns to them and looking at which one is getting the most response, the most engagement, and most importantly, which one is the happiest to purchase most products. Click on view report. So when it comes to statistics, it really depends on if you're a small company, a huge company, your niche. There's a lot of different factors. Different industries have a lot of variation. but here are some average numbers. Open rates generally hover around 15 to 25%. If your open rate is lower than that, chances are there is something wrong with your headline. Now, the headline is what people see before they decide to open your email. So if people are getting your emails but they're not opening them, then your emails just aren't exciting enough, and you need to work more on the headlines that you use in the emails that you send. And then we have the click rate, and the click rate is out of all the people who decided to actually open your email, how many percentage of those people actually clicked on something like your call to action or the image leading to your article. How many percent of them clicked on something in your email? Here, we're looking at an average of about 2% click rate. If you have lower than 2% click rate, then chances are the way you incentivize them to click is too poor. And you need to reconsider how you're luring them into that call to action, whether it is a product launch or you're trying to get them into your article. The call to action simply needs to be stronger. And then we have the bounce rate. And the bounce rate is how many percentage of the emails that you send never got received. If your bounce rate is higher than 2%, then there's probably something wrong. Either there's something wrong with the domain that you're using. Perhaps you're not using a custom email domain, for example, robin@smartflowbottle.com, or there's some technical issues. There's something going on back end that you need to check out because the emails aren't being delivered. Or maybe your website hasn't been authenticated on MailChimp, and somehow that is messing up the delivery of the emails. And finally, we have the unsubscribe rate. How many percentage of everyone that gets your email enters the email and actually decides to unsubscribe from any future email? That means removing themselves from your email list. Here, the average is about 0.5% and below, and you don't want to be higher than that. If you're higher than 0.5, chances are that you're too aggressive with your email marketing, or simply the emails that you're sending out is too irrelevant. They're not really connecting with your target audience. Something is wrong, and you need to start reconsidering your email marketing strategies. So again, those are just average number, and they vary a lot depending on the different industries and depending on the size of the email list and what kind of company you're working with. Well done, we've dialed in all of our email marketing. There's just one more thing to do, and that is to set our new professional email as a default email on our website. So we're going to head back and go to the back end, go down to users, profile, and then change this email to our new email, robin@smartflowbottle.com. Scroll down, update profile. Go into your email, click on the link here to verify it, and the profile will be updated. So now let's scroll down, and here we are, robin@smartflowbottle.com. Much better. So now when people are using the contact forms, those entries will be sent to our business email instead. And it's gonna look much nicer too when they get a reply back from robin@smartflowbottle.com. Way more professional. Well done. In the next lecture and in the next section, we are going to set up our analytics so that we can start gathering all of the data and understand what the data means. And in very simple terms, we want to understand what works in our strategy so that we can do more of it, and what doesn't work so we can do less of it. Those are very simple terms, but we need to understand first of all how to get the data and how to read the data to get to that point, and then just make our strategy better and better for ourselves or for our clients. Hope you're excited. See you in the next lecture.